Hey guys, Sean, Leslie go for Dummies. Today we're gonna test some new detents I got from Etsy from MagFed Addicts. These are detents specific to TIPX, TCR, and I think a 98. They might fit other Chipmans that I'm probably just not on the up and up. As you saw in the last video, I had a ball drop. And I haven't had a ball drop in a very long time using my detent hack. And that is using the factory detent with a first strike detent that's been cut and kind of stacked on top. So what I want to do today is test the theory that it was my magazine with the double spring that was causing it. So what I have here is I got 3 counter riot balls and 3 jewels loaded in here. So 6 rounds total. Counter riot balls are about 6.81 bore. So they are on the smaller side, but they're my go-to. And the jewels are 6.84-ish. So you can understand they're a little bit fatter and they're also not as slick, the outside coating. Jewels are a little bit more grippy, so to speak. So what I want to test here is, was it my double mag spring or is it my detent hack is not performing as it was earlier? Because previously you have to take my word for it, I wasn't getting any ball drops with a single spring in the mag. So let's test it out here. So my marker is not aired right now. It's in safety. So counter riot balls are going to be first. I'll stand back here. I'm just going to air it. Didn't spit a ball. Oh, there are a bunch of balls came out. Well, I see 1, 2, and unfortunately I can't find the other one. So it spit all 3 counter riot balls and even a jewel out. Yes, that's a jewel. Sorry, I just had to give it the old weight test. So possibly it's the actual mag spring tension like I suspected. That spring tension is pushing hard on the detent system that is in the M17. So it's to be expected if you have that much tension that it could push the balls through when that bolt initially locks in its forward position. But based on the amount of balls that came out, I still should have 2 jewels left. Let's see, do they come spitting out? No jewel. No jewel. So all the counter riot balls came out and the jewel came out. And I probably, yeah, so I got 2 jewels left in here. And the one that came out with counter riot ball, I suspect was kind of just chewing along as it allowed that detent to flex. Man, I said detent a lot in this video. So that's double mag spring. Now let's test it with single mag spring. Counter riot balls, 3 of them first. And let's see, is it the mag spring? Is it my detent maybe's worn? I have gone through some full auto cycles with this, so it's possible I've just chewed that kind of foam factory M17 detent. Let's air it again. So this single spring in here, counter right balls, first 3 rounds. Oh, and 2 came out. So there is a possibility that my detent is worn. You'll have to take my word for it because previously I wasn't getting the balls fit for a little bit of time anyways. I can't be for certain for how long, but it was working. So 2 counter right balls came out. Let's see if, I think it was 2. It should be 1 more in there. Let's see if it comes out. Or maybe I'm on the jewels now. Well, let's see. One way to find out. Counter right ball. Okay, so they're small. It's possible that the reason they're slipping by is they're slick coating, they're smaller size. It could be a combination of them all. And like I said, you'll just have to take my word for it that they were not slipping by before. So it should be 3 jewels in line right now. No, another counter right ball. Okay, well, let's try it again. No ball. No ball. Clearly, guys, I can't count because unless I put 4 in there. That's 3 airs, no ball drop on a single mag spring. And yes, it's jewels that are in there. So there you go. They are a little bit fatter. So I think it's a bit of both. It's a bit of spring tension. Well, no, I don't actually, because the one jewel that came spitting out of this mag came like in one cycle right after a riot ball. So you can imagine kind of this magazine just gets in motion and it just wants to continue in motion. Which is probably why I lost the jewel on that double spring. But I did not lose any on the single spring, but I lost all my riot balls on both mags. Let's install the printed detent and see if we can't alleviate that issue. All right, detent swapping is super easy on the M17. It is a 2.5 mil Allen key. This little side door on the driver's side. Pick your door out. Which sometimes is easier said than done. There we go. And you can see I have the FS detent stacked on top. And it's actually deformed the factory detent quite a bit. Whoops. So it's doing its job. Oh, there we go. So that is the detent I bought from Etsy, from MagFed Addicts. Factory M17 detent, and the printed version. You can see they are very, very similar. But the difference is this one has a lot more spring in its step. So just load it in. What you have to do is make sure the hook is cradling the ball. So imagine you're, it's really hard to focus there. You want your ball to come up from the magazine and be stuck here. Don't want it like this. Otherwise, your ball is just gonna shear that puppy right off. So think about it. You want your bolt to be sliding over this and folding the detent down. So with no modifications whatsoever, I'm just gonna drop it in. So no fancy business, no clip-in extra parts that you may or may not have. This is just off the shelf printed detent. And then tighten your door down. Bingo bango. And not looking down there, guys, I'm not feeling overly excited about this, but that's why I test things, so you don't have to. Somebody's famous last words. Definitely doesn't protrude as much into the breech as I was expecting, but there is only one way to find out, guys, and that is via testing. And I'm gonna say something here. I'm gonna maybe back the camera up just a little because, oh, I can't. I gotta move the table forward. Garage video, guys, right? Remember that. You can see marker's looking kind of long these days. And this just proves, I read your comments. I try to respond to all of them. And in my last video, a couple of shout outs. First of all, True Tactical mentioned that he hit some big numbers on a 16-inch barrel on his M17 with an undisclosed output pressure. But I don't have a 16-inch barrel and I would love to test something longer. All I have is the 14-inch Lapco. So I thought I would add a mock suppressor. And this goes with T. Jones. Thanks, T. Jones, for watching my videos. He just straight up asked, like, hey, what if you had a longer barrel? Which followed right after Truth's comment there. And I thought, well, you're right. What if I had a longer barrel? Which I do not. So I told him, I said, I'll test what I have. I will toss on a mock suppressor. This suppressor is 5 inches long, 13-inch barrel, but it recesses an inch, so it's going to be 13 plus 4. Let me just confirm that. I believe it's 5. Yes, mock suppressor is 5. So it recesses 4 inches. So 4 plus 13. As you see it here, this is 17 inches overall. Now you got to take into a little bit of account. This barrel is ported, so there's going to be some loss here, but it should still show a gain. And obviously the next step that I mentioned to T. Jones was I have a Lapco Hush Shot extension This is an 8-inch extension that's designed to fit onto a Lapco barrel. So it's gonna make this barrel, so this is 8 minus 1, so 7 and plus 13, 20 inches overall. And it's just a fun experiment is all. Are you gonna run it like that? Probably not. But hey, you guys like to see results, you like to see experiments. I like experiments too. Let's first air the marker. We'll do the same round of tests with the mag, and we'll just fire off a couple. Not gonna get all crazy testing these setups, but see what it does. Okay, air test. Printed detent, double mag spring, 3 Canterite balls, 3 joules. Nothing came out when I loaded the mag, and originally that was the problem. Even just pushing a mag in, the detent was that weak that balls would just slip by and kind of fall out. Just standalone like that. So an improvement over the factory detent? So far, yes. At least with Canterite balls. Let's see what it does. Don't call me impressed yet. So that's 1 air. I'll do 3 just to kind of associate with the number of riot balls I have in there. That's 2. And if the Canterite balls don't fall out, I'm not going to test the joules. Well, I'll be damned, guys. Man, sometimes things just aren't as they seem. Literally, that printed detent did not look like it was gonna perform better than my hack at all. But it totally did. At least in early testing. I'll have to shoot some rounds through it to see how it stands the test of time. Detents, take a, you think after saying it this many times in a video I could say it, but detents to me is like a tongue twister. But let's just shoot this long barrel. So I'm gonna air it up again. This will be a 4th air. Still no ball drop. I need safety glasses. Where are my safety glasses? So it's gonna be 3 Canterite balls with a, what did I say? 13 plus 4, so 17-inch barrel, quote unquote, with the mock suppressor. And my tank is 825 PSI. $314. $316. $316. I think that's actually down from yesterday without the mock suppressor. Okay, 3 joules coming up next. 350. Oh, not 642. I wish. 356. Last jewel. 354. Mag's empty. Chamber's empty. Well, as surprised as I am, guys, maybe. Mock suppressor didn't add anything over this 14-inch barrel that I shot yesterday. That shot on the same tank 47, 48 joules, which was like 324. So it was down, I mean, basing it off Canada rye balls, it was down about 8 feet per second with the mock suppressor. Toss on the hush shot, which makes this almost comical, but worthy of testing. Shoot the hybrid mag, single spring, 3 Canada rye balls, 3 joules. This is a 20-inch barrel, technically. E16. E20. So a little improvement. .318. Technically still down from yesterday, guys, by 4 FPS, and I mean 4 is not really, 4 is not a deal breaker, but I mean when you put something like that on, you're hoping for plus 20, not less 4. So would I run that? No. Let's finish the joules. .356. I got 1 joule left in there, guys. Let's just see what happens. Take off, no extension, no nothing. .352. Not worthy. I mean, to run an extension on at least this barrel with its porting, I mean, maybe if you had a solid control bore of 16, there might be something different. I can only test what I have. Also didn't prove worthy to add the extra length for 4, a loss of 4, in my opinion, is obviously not worthy. But that wasn't the point of this test. The detents, those printed detents, surprisingly, even though they didn't look like they were gonna work, worked with the double mag spring. So I'll continue to run them, report back. In the meantime, I'll link the Etsy Detents. Junior from Less Lethal 777 also said he found some on eBay. Today I spoke with him, so they may be the same, they may be different. I can't say for sure. But if you haven't seen his channel, check it out. He does some very cool testing, and maybe he buys the eBay ones and we can have a little head-to-head and see, does he have the same results I do? So far, so good. Like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Thank you, guys.